Welcome back to Wittenberg Academy's elementary Latin course. Minimus is the book. We are in chapter 11 on this snow day when we are recording like the whole book. Are you tired yet?
Yeah.
Too bad. Page 64, bad news. Candidus receives a letter from his friend Barates. Barates is very unhappy because his wife Regina has died. Oh, tritissimus est. Epistolam. On page 65, vocabulary. Epistolum.
Epistolum.
Letter. What case did they give it to you in? The accusative, that's odd. Accipit.
Accipit.
Receives. Occipit. It's short. I'm not sure if everybody... Tritissimus.
Tritissimus.
Very sad. Mortua.
Mortua.
Dead. Curat.
Curat.
She looks after, she cares for. Equum.
Equum.
Horse. Claustrum.
Claustrum.
Is a cart. Parat.
Parat.
He prepares. All right. Panel 1. Candidus epistolum accipit.
Candidus epistolum accipit.
And that is?
Candidus receives a letter.
Right, or accepts a letter. Very good, receives a letter. Barates tritissimus est, quad regina mortua est.
Barates tritissimus est, quad regina mortua est. Barates is very sad because Regina has died.
Well, is dead.
Is dead.
Could be. Candidus tells Flavius and Lepidina the sad news. They decide to travel to Baracum to attend Regina's funeral. Candidus will travel with Flavius and Lepidina to look after them on the journey. The other slaves will stay behind to take care of the rest of the family. Lepidina candidum curat.
Lepidina candidum curat. Lepidina cares for Candidus?
Yeah, comforts him, cares for him, right? Corinthus equum et plaustrum parat.
Corinthus equum et plaustrum parat.
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 Parrot is a bird. Come on. What does it mean?
Corinthus prepares the horse and cart.
Very good. Pandora familiam curat.
Pandora familiam curat. Pandora looks after the family.
Very good. All right, page 65. The Latin word for a letter is epistola, as in the epistle of St. Paul to the Romans and whatnot. Look back at the first picture of bad news. It has a different ending, epistolum. Let's find out why. In chapter 2, you learned that adjectives, describing words, have different endings because they must match the noun that they are describing. Chapter 3, you learned that verbs have different endings depending on who's doing the action. In this chapter, you will see that nouns also change their endings depending on the job that you're doing in the sentence. And those are called cases. Words can do different jobs in a sentence. The person or thing doing the action is called the subject of the sentence. The person or thing having the action done to them is called the direct object. Very good, of the sentence. Remember that the verb is the action word in the sentence. So, for example, Candidus scribit epistolam.
Candidus scribit epistolam.
Well, I've just read it in Latin. It says,
yeah, Candidus writes the letter.
So the subject is Candidus, the verb is scribit, writes, and the direct object is epistolum, letter. In Latin, nouns which are the direct object of a sentence change their endings. That's why epistola becomes epistolum, because it's the direct object of the sentence. The Latin word for horse is equus, but in picture 5 it becomes equum. This is because the horse is not the subject of the sentence doing the action, but the direct object, having the action done to it, being prepared. Copy out these English sentences and underline the verb. Then put an S over the subject and let's make it a DO over the direct object. First one is done for you. Very well. You can copy all those out and actually do the underlining and marking the S and the DOs if you like. Just pause and do that, or if you just want to listen to us do them verbally, that's fine as well. B. Minimus chases Fabrissa. What's minimus?
Subject.
What's chases?
Verb.
What's Fabrissa?
Direct object.
Minimus and C is?
The subject.
Eats is?
Verb.
Jesus.
The direct object.
It gets kind of boring in English because it's always the same order. Because in English, we do things by word order. In Latin, of course, we do it by changing the way the word is spelled. All right, let's continue on. That's kind of a boring exercise. Latin roots. Which English word with a meaning similar to receives comes from the Latin word accabit? Accepts. Hello. Very good. In the Bible, what are the epistles of St. Paul? Why, they're his letters. Check the meaning of the Latin word mortua. Now answer these questions, which all involve this Latin word. What's a mortuary used for?
Burial?
Dead folks. That's where they go to, What does it mean to be mortal?
Able to die.
Correct. What is special about an immortal?
You can't die.
Quite. Whom do the Greeks and Romans believe to be immortal?
They're stupid gods.
Quite. That's it for the first part of chapter 11.